I have been reliably informed that some weeks back, the 4 commissioners of Parliament received a second service award of 400 million shillings each. The 4 commissioners, as we know them, the Honorable Solomon Ssenyonyi, the Honorable Esther Afoychan, the Honorable Prosi Akampulira Mbabazi, and the Honorable Matthias Mpuga. This money was apparently intended to see them through the campaigns. And to avoid a paper trail, this money was received through the parliamentary circle. Now, these people, through their agents, have been recently, and specifically last week, been spreading propaganda that I also received a service award. Some of you probably saw those things. Now, this is completely false. And it is meant to be a cover-up for this second service award that the commissioners gave themselves. Look, even if they sent any such money to my account, I will direct my bank with immediacy to return that money to the sender. Why? Because such under-the-table money is illegal, it is irregular. This is a point that I've made severally. As we have said time and again, if any of these commissioners want to be awarded, and I've had some of them say former leaders have been awarded, former vice presidents, prime ministers, and so on, let them bring an amendment to the law. We have a law called Emoluments and Benefits of the President, Vice President, and Prime Minister. When those people leave office, there are benefits which they get. So if any of these commissioners want to also receive some kind of benefit, why don't they bring an amendment to that law so that we debate it publicly, as opposed to doing things surreptitiously and under the table? You see also, the former leaders that they keep referring to did not sit among themselves and decide to give themselves money, as these commissioners keep doing. That's one difference. This is a law that was passed in 2010 by the then Parliament, the Emoluments and Benefits of the President, Vice President, and Prime Minister. But also, the awards received by these former leaders were received after they left office, not when they were still serving, like these commissioners keep doing. And you see, that's why even media houses are being hounded out of Parliament today, because of the many ills that keep happening here. When we talked about the First Service Award and the corruption here at Parliament, I know for a fact some media houses were threatened, some staff of Parliament were threatened because they were thought to be the ones giving this information to us. And this continues to happen. My point has always been, if you are doing the right thing, then you'll have no reason to hound the media and even some staff of Parliament. Just do the right thing, and you'll not have any problem with the media, as we are seeing. NTV, Daily Monitor is the latest victim. We don't know which media house might be next. Why? Because the media keeps exposing the ills that are happening among leaders. Just do the right thing, and you'll not have a problem with the media, you'll not have a problem with some of your staff, because I know for a fact that some staff have been threatened severally for dismissal, and some even worse, have been threatened to be harmed, because they are thought to be the ones who keep availing this information to us. Obviously, we get it from reliable sources, and that's why it is credible. But we condemn, again, this behavior. Previously, I wrote to the IGG, then the Honorable Betty Kamya, after the First Service Award and the corruption that was happening here at Parliament, and she promised that she will come and investigate. She never did. So I'm not going to write to the IGG again, the current one, because I know for a fact they will not investigate these matters. They will not pick interest. But it's important that we are accountable to the people of Uganda. My duty here is to keep the government in check. How do I do it? When there is an ill happening, I'll expose it so that the public knows. It's important. Ultimately, we are accountable to the people of Uganda. So if I write to the IGG and there is no response, I will inform the people of Uganda, because the buck stops with them. Firstly, up until now, it's coming to 2 years since I joined the commission as leader of the opposition. I've not sat in a single meeting of the commission, not one. When I continuously talked about this, there was a time they sent me an invitation when they knew I was out of town on official duty. So the invitation came in the middle of the night, saying, come tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for a commission meeting. They knew I was out of town, and there was no way I was going to come hurriedly for that commission meeting. So that's the time they have sent me an invitation, because I'm sure they might share around a certain event and say, but we invited the LOP here. Yeah, that 1 or 2 times, they did it deliberately that way. You don't send somebody an invitation in the night and say, come tomorrow morning. Not for a commission meeting, surely. Even other meetings are better organized. How about a commission meeting? You're supposed to inform members prior. Except when there's an emergency, and there's never such a thing here, like an emergency, that some disaster has happened, so we need to have a meeting now in the next 30 minutes. No, these things are properly programmed. You're supposed to inform members at the bare minimum 7 days to the meeting. But that does not happen. Are there benefits? Yes, by virtue of being leader of the opposition, there are benefits that accrue to that. I've got security, I've got an official car, there's, yes, those benefits. And that's been my quarrel with colleagues, yeah? By virtue of the office that you occupy, you get extra benefits in comparison to the other members of parliament. Why don't you settle with that? Why is it not adequate for you that now you have to still sit quietly and give yourselves more money that is outside of your benefits of the office? That's my challenge. Because, yes, as people who occupy these offices, yes, there are those extra benefits. Just like ministers, for example, and so on and so forth. Yes, there are those extra benefits. And my issue has been, why don't they suffice? That in addition to these extra benefits that I get, which other MPs don't get, you still sit and you give yourselves extra money, which you're calling a service award, not once, but twice now. It is wrong. What makes my claim, you see, I never call the media here, especially over such a serious matter, and I'm not sure about what I am saying. Never. By the time I out something, I say something, it's because I've taken time to be sure of this. So I didn't get this information this morning or even yesterday. A while back, but I took time to be sure this is factual before I can talk about it. And that's why all the issues that I've said, do you remember when, with the first service award, they first denied, as you all saw. But eventually they said, okay, we received the money, but we received it through the proper channels. Do you remember when we told the nation about the 100 million shilling saga? Members of parliament said, Lope, Ssenyonyi, you keep saying these things to make parliament look bad. We are even taking you to court personally. Some members said they were going to take me to court personally. I said, okay, I'm waiting. But eventually, even the one who gave them the money came out and conceded as such. So even about the second service award, they probably will first come out and deny. Wait. But yes, the truth always comes out. And this is factual.